Hi everyone, today we will do legal dictation of the Supreme Court of India legal matter which will be helpful for your upcoming stenographer exam. So ready? Start. Sera was the symbol of recent Commonwealth Games, but ironically Sera has been at most exterminated in our country. The Sher Khan of Rudyard Kipling's Jungle Book, which once abounded in India, is rarely to be seen today. This case reveals how avaricious and rapacious persons have been organized crime destroyed large parts of the wildlife of India and brought many animals, example tigers, leopards, bison, etc., almost to the brink of extinction, thereby seriously jeopardizing and destroying the ecological chain and ecological balance in our environment. The appellant herein has been convicted under the Wildlife Protection Act 1972 by all the three courts below, and now he is in appeal before us. Before dealing with the facts of this case, we would like to comment upon the background. India at one time had one of the richest and most varied fauna in the world. However, over the last several decades, there has been rapid decline of India's wild animal and birds, which is a cause of grave concern. Some wild animals and birds have already become extinct. Example, the cheetah and others are on the brink of extinction. Areas which were once teeming with wildlife have become devoid of it, and many sanctuaries and parks are empty or almost empty of animals and birds. Thus, the Sariska Tiger Reserve in Rajasthan and Panna Tiger Reserve in Madhya Pradesh today have no tigers. One of the main causes for this depredation of the wildlife is organized poaching, which yields enormous profit by exports to China and other countries. Article 48A of the Constitution states as follows: 48A. Protection and improvement of environment and safeguarding of forest and wildlife. The state shall endeavour to protect and improve the environment and to safeguard the forest and wildlife of the country. Article 51A(g) of the Constitution states that it is the duty of every citizen of India to protect and improve the natural environment, including the wildlife. The Wildlife Protection Act 1972 was enacted for this constitutional purpose. Chapter 3 of the said Act prohibits hunting of wild animals except in certain limited circumstances. Chapter 4 enables the state government to declare any area as a sanctuary or national park, and destruction or removal of animals from those areas is prohibited except under very limited circumstances. Chapter 5 and 5A prohibits trade or commerce of the wild animals, animal articles or trophies. Chapter 6 makes violation of the prohibition of the act a criminal offence. by the Wildlife Protection Amendment Act 2002, the punishment has been increased by Section 51 as amended, and the property derived from illegal hunting and trade is liable to forfeiture by Chapter 6A. Before dealing with the facts of this case, we may consider why preservation of wildlife is important for human society. Preservation of wildlife is important for maintaining the ecological balance in the environment and sustaining the ecological chain. It must be understood that there is interlinking in nature. To give an example, snakes eat frogs, frogs eat insects, and insects eat other insects and vegetation. If we kill all the snakes, the result will be that the number of frogs will increase, and this will result in the frogs eating more of the insect, and when more insects are eaten, then the insects which are the prey of other insects will increase in number to a disproportionate extent, or the vegetation will increase to a disproportionate extent. This will upset the delicate ecological balance in nature. If we kill the frogs, the insects will increase, and this will require more insecticides. Use of much of insecticide may create health problems. To give another example, destruction of dholes, wild dogs in Bhutan was intended to protect livestock, but this led to greater number of wild boar and to resultant crop devastation, causing several cases of abandonment by humans of agricultural fields. Destruction of carnivorous animal will result in increase of herbivorous animals, and this can result in serious loss of agricultural crops and other vegetation. It must be realized that our scientific understanding of nature, and in particular of the ecological chain and the linkages therein, is still very primitive, incomplete, and fragmentary. Hence, it is all the most important today that we preserve the ecological balance, because disturbing it may cause serious repercussion of which we have no idea today. As early stated above, the wildlife in India has already been considerably destroyed. At one time, there were hundreds of thousands of tigers, leopards, and other wild animals, but today there are only about 1400 tigers left, according to Wildlife Institute. Until recently, habitat loss was thought to be the largest threat to the future of tigers, leopards, etc. However, it has now been established that illegal trade and commerce in skins and other body parts of tigers, leopards, etc. has done even much greater decimation. Poaching of tigers for traditional Chinese medicine industries has been going on in India for several decades. Tigers and leopards are poached for their skins, bones, and other constituent parts, as these fetch high prices in countries such as China, where they are valued as symbols of power and ingredients of dubious traditional medicine. This illegal trade is organized and widespread, is in the hands of ruthless, sophisticated operators, some of whom have top level patrons. The actual poacher are paid only a pittance while huge profits are made by the leaders of the organized gangs who have international connection in foreign countries. Poaching of wildlife is an organized illegal activity which generates massive amount of money for criminals. Interpol says that trade is illegal wildlife products is worth about US $20 billion in a year, and India is now a major source market for this trade. Most of the demand for wildlife products come from outside the country. While at one time there were hundreds of thousands of tigers in India, today, according to the survey made by the Wildlife Institute of India, an autonomous body under the Ministry of Environment and Forest, there were only 1411 tigers left in India in 2008. There are no reliable estimates of leopards as no proper census has been carried out, but the rough estimate shows that the leopard too is critically endangered species. There is virtually no market for the skin or bones of tigers and leopards within India. The evidence available points out that tigers and leopards poached in the Indian wilderness are then smuggled across the border to meet the demand for their products in neighboring countries such as China. While dealing with the tiger and leopards, poachers and traders, it is therefore important to bear in mind that one is dealing with transnational organized crime. The accused in these cases represent a link in a larger criminal network that stretches across borders. This network starts with a poacher who in most cases is a poor tribal and a skilled hunter. Poachers kill tigers and leopards so as to supply the orders placed by a trader in a larger city center such as Delhi. These traders are very wealthy and influential men. Once the goods reach the trader, he then arranges for them to be smuggled across the border to his counterpart in another country and so on till it reaches the end consumer. It is impossible for such a network to sustain itself without large profits and intelligent management. Under the Wildlife Protection Act 1972, trading in tiger, leopard and other animal skins and part is a serious offense. Apart from that, India is a signatory to both the UN Convention on International Trade in Endangered Species CITES and the Union Convention against Transnational Organized Crime CTOC. However, despite these national and international laws, Many species of wildlife, example tigers, leopards, bison, etc., are under threat of extinction mainly due to the poaching organized by international criminal traders and destruction of the habitat. Thank you.